Amazingly great day in Imago Day. Don your crown, put your 3 crowns in the comment and greet me in Imago Day, because in the image and likeness of God is who we are designed and created to be. I just want to drop in here. I'm going to start a series today because a lot of teachers and students are going back to school. I'm a retired educator. I'm always an educator and a teacher, but I left the school system, a classroom teacher, in 2017. But I became highly decorated, highly successful. My students became high achievers, even though they were some of the poorest in the nation. And I was teaching what some people called one of the hardest subjects to teach and learn to poor people, but to anybody really, but especially poor people, which is economics. That's what I majored in at Spelman. That's what I taught for 13 years. But my kids became high achievers. And I think it's because of some of these things. I'm going to give you a series of P's, okay? The letter P. I didn't mean the alliteration, but a series of P's that's going to help you become trauma informed and trauma responsive in your classroom. What is that going to do for you? It's going to help your students achieve better. It's going to help the energy be better in your class. You're going to feel better because you're going to be doing better. Your kids will be doing better in life, in community, at home, but especially in your class and school. So a couple of let me start out with one P today. The first P is parents, parental involvement, parents, okay? When I left the school system in 2017 and many years leading up to that, one of the biggest issues was the lack of parental involvement. People were very discouraged by it, people were focusing on the problem more than the solution. But let me give you some trauma-informed insight. Many times parents are not involved, especially in high poverty situations, because they simply can't be. They haven't found a way to be. They're impoverished, so they're working several jobs. If they're not working, they're tired. They may be on some kind of drug or something or whatever. But even the parents who mean well, because they need to provide for their child, they work long hours. They're absent a lot, and then they need child care for parental meetings. They need, they have to fix dinner, all this kind of stuff. So when you become trauma informed and trauma responsive, you realize you need to meet the parents where they are if you want them to help you serve the student. Another reason parents don't show up is because of intimidation. You might not know this, but a lot of people are very shocked to hear this. Many parents, especially in high poverty or high traumatic environments, they're intimidated by educators because most teachers have at least a bachelor's degree. You may have a doctorate degree. You may have have at least a bachelor's degree. Many of us have other degrees as well, specialist degree, master's degree. You speak well. You send home content that they may not be able to read about, not just the student's work, but things you need to communicate with them about. But a lot of parents, because they don't feel like they have adequate clothing, they can't speak well, they may have teeth missing, their hair may not be done. They know they cannot adequately provide for their children, so they're embarrassed to come to school and say, hey, listen, I'm the parent of that child that comes to school without what they need. And so because you now are trauma informed, you can deal with these people on the level. The pandemic showed us that we can reach out via Zoom. We can have different types of meetings. You can meet them on their level. You can call and encourage them or send something or have some kind of event or some kind of meeting that is conducive to helping you help them. Whether it's you provide a meal, make sure you get that meal, that the meal is at the end of the meeting, okay? You got to be poverty conscious as well, but different ways that you meet parents on their level. Guess what? When parents are better, they're gonna relate better to the children. It may decrease some of the trauma at home, the abuse, because they're frustrated, but they're gonna also help you serve. That they're gonna do things just like my children started to jump through hoops and bend over backwards when they found out I cared for them. Parents will do the same, okay? Let me show you this. I love this. This is one of my prized possessions. This is a Golden Apple Award. The year that I left teaching, I retired from teaching in a classroom, in a public school classroom, I received that. That's of the many awards. I became highly decorated as a teacher. One of the reasons is because I was trauma informed and trauma responsive, which that terminology just recently came out years ago, but I was doing it a long time ago because God had blessed me to do it. Okay, but God also, it blessed me to be a great teacher. But also, you, as a good teacher, you just learn some things and you learn to roll with the punches and change some things and modify some things. I want you to have the best year ever, not just for you, but for those you lead and feed, for the kids and the students and the families they go back to, the communities they go back to, because at our goal at Trauma Training University, my goal is to help communities become more trauma informed and trauma responsive so that we can better better serve those we lead and feed. Couple resources that will help you with this. Viola Davis's book, Finding Me, very powerful about the power of education when you come from a very traumatic background. What Happened to You, by Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And then my book, Play your ace before it plays you. How to use social trauma for empowerment rather than imprisonment. All these books you can get on Amazon, but if you get mine, if you want mine, which is an easier read than, well, I'm not going to say than Viola's, but it's smaller, but it's a teacher's aspect because I'm an educator, right? Retired educator, but I'm a minister of teaching regardless. If you get my book, I'm asking you. You can do whatever you choose, but I'm asking you to DM me so that I can put your name on my list, add you to my prayer list, and also sign your copy. I want you to remember that trauma in childhood should not ruin childhood or adulthood. I love you. Have a great rest of the day and Imago Day, and I'll see you soon. If you need any more information about trauma-informed, trauma-responsive, you can DM me also on whatever platform you're watching this video. I love you, and I'll see you soon.